Wassail, beautiful people. So we're outdoors and we're now on the positive side of the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to be looking at I Will Reign. But first of all, I want to show you the third movement. It's not the third movement. I want to show you which section from Carmina Burana we're now looking at. So here is the poem that will help you to understand the energy of preparing yourself for self-coronation. So this movement is called Ecce Grantum, and the poem is: behold, the pleasant and longed for spring breaks back joyfulness. Violet flowers fill the meadows. The sun brightens everything. Sadness is now at an end. Summer returns. Now withdraw the rigors of winter. Ah, now melts and disappears ice, snow, and the rest. Winter flees, and now spring sucks at summer's breast. A wretched soul is he who does not live or lust under summer's rule. Ah, they glory and rejoice in honeyed sweetness, who strive to make use of Cupid's prize. At Venus's command, let us glory and rejoice in being Paris's equals. So there's a lot in that poem that's relevant to how we move into this energy. So we have this energy of violet flowers, the crown chakra, the preparation to bathe in the violet flame. The sun's brightness brightens everything. Sadness is now at an end. So that's another important energy. We have to move from sadness. We have to move from judgment. We have to move from jealousies. All of those frequencies have to be removed for us to move into this frequency. I didn't want to show you this card originally, but it's the third of the cards, because at the end of this poem it says at Venus's command, we have the crocus of Venus, which is the emotional feminine, or the emotional intention from our divinity. So we're going to look at, later in the reading, the sun in Aries. I'll move that out of the way so that I can put the card up next to it. So the sun in Aries is about action. So you have to align your crocus of Venus and action it in preparation, scheduling your coronation. Maybe that's in the summer, I don't know, it's all personal. So this is inner aether inspiration, trustworthy and dependable, the honest speaker of gently needed truths. So this is about removing the energy of selfishness, and that's an important frequency that we have to go through. So don't think of it as something negative. We have to have moments of selfishness in order to understand ourselves, to give ourselves time to prepare, to leave the energy of the West, which was the energy we've just looked at, the dying sun, and go back to the beginnings, the Holy Trinity of birthing. Look to the East. It's interesting. So I'm being told that that north is where we crown ourselves, and the sun doesn't really move through the north, it moves through the south sky, but we are the sun in the north. When we crown ourselves, there are two suns. Interesting. And let go of all your grudges that you hold like a treasure to cherish. So we're dealing with the energy, as I said, of water here, the west, east. So sorry, it's because that's two W's. So this is stopping being needy and flowing like the water, frozen water. There is an energy as you pass from the earlier two darker energies into the light, of going through a period of feeling very cold as you return the old energies that defined you in many ways, or define parts of your character, as you return those to the Gununga Gap, to the frozen salt rime from which all physical begins as an intention to be physical. So this is about phlegm, Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio. Empathic deluge. That's what will come at this point, because this is the emotional sluice gates, when everything pours out. It's got Bulgarian folk choir, and that's interesting against the humours, because when the Bulgarian women sing, it's with a clarity that doesn't waver. It's like cutting through things. It's like a psychic scalpel. So this is about conception. Conception in spring. When we birth, it's always spring. It doesn't matter what season it is in the world. Disconnect from that notion. This is about an emotional spring. And a spring also being the Oceanus, well of divine waters. So we're going to have a look now at the runes that came with this one. So I just need to go into the phone again, because that's my current notebook. Oh, I can't see it out here. Ah, yes, sorry. See, I knew there was something I'd forgotten. So here we have East. I will reign. Emotional stability. Spring returns joyfulness and rejoicing in honeyed sweetness. So they're your focus for this frequency. So this begins with Hagal. The notion that there was a cosmic crisis created, and that cosmic crisis was a divine necessity, because the point is that Hagal is the frozen salt water, the rime that hits you, and it just keeps pelting you, and you have to weather that storm, and eventually you just melt all the frozen emotions so that you can flow into some new frequency, this emotional sluice gates that's coming in. So this divine crisis is created because when we're incarnate in the physical, we have a doubt, a cosmic doubt. We doubt the divinity because the age of Taurus robbed us of the connection to the divine within, and it became the divine without, worshipping statues, worshipping other gods. What we need to understand is that all archetypes of God energy are within us. But we each choose different aspects of that divinity to understand our own particular journey forwards. This is my water phoenix on my chest, and that's very much the energy that we have to embrace. This is an aether phoenix, but this is about the aether of emotions. So like a kind of aqueous aether. Oh, I like that word, aqueous aether. And we have Feor. We have the energy of the dragon lines, the cosmic songs that reach down through the veil into us, through our consciousness, but they need to be wired in from the crown all the way down into the new earth. And I need to say new earth to you, regardless of what you consider the new earth to be, 3D, 5D, all of that kind of energy. It's just wire it into the new compassionate, loving, peaceful, truthful reality that you belong in. And it ends with Ophalagu, the highest cosmic ocean. This is way, way higher. This is pure love as the warp and weft, the tapestry framework on which you can weave your new life. So now let's have a look at the musical Alchemy of Astrology cards that came out, and these were so beautiful. I was blown away. So while we're preparing for our coronation, we have Moon in Leo, which is an A and an E. It has the energy of the eclipse tunnels, but how it's about the eclipse tunnel going as this last one did, from the moon to the sun, entering into an emotional tunnel and coming out in the blazing glory of our divine star frequency. And we have Aqua Regia, Poimanda, God, the source of everything, the mind, the dragon of creation, the mason of the multiverses, establisher of every known law, ineffable and unknowable universal oneness. I'm getting this really big energy of the fluidity of laws, L-O-R-E-S, and how Poimanda, God, source, can change its mind when it wants to. And then we have, as I said, the Crocus of Venus, the Palace of True Reflections. This pulling in our consciousness and earthing it into the new earth is parking our palace so that this new earth can put the Crocus of Mars frequency all around us. And that's the point at which the Wheel of Fortune will bring us to the very top and we will be crowned. So, Moon Ritual Part 2 tonight. After you've burnt with the flaming energy of fire, cardinal fire, all those sticky, difficult emotions that are part of this energy, once you've done that, sit with the moon after it's reached its fullness, which is at midnight 21 GMT Universal Time. So that's the 13th, the 12th for some people. So sit in that energy, and now I want you to take something very light and tissuey or something cloth, and I want you to write down what you wish for, what you demand the Crocus of Mars to put around your Crocus of Venus. So you're writing down your Crocus of Venus intentions for the sun and the new earth to wrap them round and make them real. And then, because this is about air and fire, you need to now apply air to this energy. So you could tie your thing into a tree and let it be a prayer flag that's just billowing in the wind. Or if you've written it on some kind of very easy tissue paper, you can give it to the wind and let the wind dissolve it. Because when something gets dissolved by the earth, it's being decomposed, and the earth spirits will read the messages, the intentions, and they will provide the skin to wrap around your dreams. So that's your ritual in 2 parts. Now we're going to just shuffle the decks and see if there's any other messages. Gone into a moment of shadow. So I saw the golden tears of acacia on the bottom. They're crying with joy. It's a very important energy to get used to. There's going to be a lot more tears of joy in the future. Oh, the law of unintended consequences and secret wisdom, Monas Hieroglyphica. It's almost, this energy is saying that all the while you do not embody your Monas Hieroglyphica, your energy frequency, your musical autograph, all the while you don't embody that secret wisdom that's within you, there will continue to be unintended consequences, because it's living by the law of intended consequences. And that's what your moon wish is about, sending out the message of what you would like as the basis, the foundation of your core magic. So a masterclass in divinity. Interesting. Oh, really interesting. So you're beginning a tangible path of potential, semi-sextile. So this is optimistic versus pessimistic. I am optimistic, I am pessimistic. You need to be optimistic to make it to this stage. This is the place of building blocks. This is to begin life's new dance. This is drawing in new feelings and possibilities, working with the cosmos within you that you built at your galactic university to create fresh cycles. And then magnet, playful, joyful, the playground of life. Call that energy in, bend everything to your will, practicing scales and arpeggios, practicing joyfulness, practicing to be happy, practicing to feel love, practicing to feel peace. There's no room for all the other. And this is the galactic opportunity. This is what this solar eclipse recently is offering us. A musical suspension, a thing awaiting resolution. We're pausing for unexpected frequencies, but we're going to set those frequencies. And then we have Mary the Alchemist, 99, this frequency of alchemizing everything. The mother of alchemy, the mother phallus, the crocus of Venus, has to be planted in the new earth. So let's just shuffle this deck and get a little quickie. So down here we have the Lagu, 21. That's the hour, the minute of the full moon in terms of Greenwich. So this is the space between the dark side of the moon and the sun, and it's the mystical healing point. This is the waterfall. This is all that you wished for. The important line here is samba with the cascading joy of water's ceaseless laughter. You've got to learn to laugh. I laugh all the time. I laugh on my own. Anything that strikes me as comical just brings a titter out in me. Oh, so what do we have here? Oh my god. So we have Ædan, your true galactic birthright. The truth of the new earth energy for you awaits as you prepare for your coronation. It's all about letting go of the past, letting go of expectations from, you know, your entire life's expectation from family and friends around you. Because this is about, although it's the same theme, this is apple bearer, this is to bear the fruits of your inheritance. But this also talks about Thor exploring Thor rather than Thor exploring his father's legacy. You are not the inherited legacy of your ancestors. You are the inherited legacy of your divinity. So, that's beautiful. We've just got one more to go on this Wheel of Wisdom, I was going to say. And it is a Wheel of Wisdom, but the Wheel of Fortune. And that will be to coronate, self-coronation. See the early magics on the bottom again. And Dark Moon Lilith. That's too weird. I've just shuffled them. That was the same two as yesterday. Wow, that's magic, people. Wassail.